Verse 125. Discrimination is cut asunder by non-discriminating discrimination. The truth of emptiness is seen into by non-discriminating discrimination. In the previous verse, we learnt that discrimination is the cause of suffering. I quoted a paragraph from page 36 of the translation. The Buddha tells Mahamati, "My teaching consists in the cessation of sufferings arising from the discrimination of the triple world." The triple world is everything that's going on. There's everything that is going on, and within that a belief arises that there is somebody experiencing everything that's going on, and that what's going on is something different from the experiencer. And then there's a relationship between the two, between the experiencer and what is being experienced. This is the triple world, the so-called individual, the so-called objective world, and the relationship between the two. This is the cause of suffering. And it's referred to here as discrimination. We make this discrimination. We don't when we're very young. When we're very young, we have a strong sense of being. We don't think in terms of ourself here and a world out there. It's all simply happening. But then we learn our name. And we learn the name of others. We learn the names of objects. We learn that there are some others, some objects that we like, and some that we don't like. We're taught that some are good, and we're taught that some are bad. We're taught that some are desirable, and some aren't. There are things which feel good, and things which don't. We develop our moods. This is all discrimination. And we have to realize this. The enlightenment practitioner gives up on that discrimination. But first of all, they have to realize it's going on. So there's a kind of high-level discrimination going on. It's discrimination which doesn't lead to suffering. So it's described here as non-discriminating discrimination. Basically, the only discrimination the enlightenment practitioner makes is to realize when they're practicing or not. When they're not practicing, they're actually involved in discrimination. And when they are practicing, they are no longer involved in discrimination. But they have to make that discrimination, don't they, to know when they're practicing and when they're not. It's a very important discrimination to make. And when the enlightenment practitioner is practicing, then discrimination is cut asunder. And this is an important point. I sometimes talk in terms of bypassing discrimination. Discrimination is the whole edifice of our culture, our beliefs, and of our moods. We need to get on the other side of all that. It's not about becoming a better person. It's not about purifying the mind. It's not about cultivating right views. It's about bypassing all this stuff which is preventing us from realizing our true nature. And we can do this because we are aware. I am aware, you are aware. This awareness is the non-discriminating reality. It's independent of mind, small mind. So at any point, we can bypass the mind with its beliefs and its moods and come back to this awareness that is hearing this. So never mind all your paths, never mind your bodhisattva path, your eightfold path, your path of purity or of purification, your path of yoga. You can do all these if you want. But enlightenment is something you come back to. It's something you cut through to. No special training needed. Just as there's no special training needed to wake up. You wake up. You realize the nature of your own awareness. The awareness that is operating, whether you're awake or you're asleep. It's your own consciousness. It supports everything. This is the important thing. We have to keep coming back to it. This is cutting asunder the discrimination. We have to realize that we need to do it. This is the non-discriminating discrimination. It's enlightenment practice.